Good morning friends, welcome to www.dineshmiglani.com. This is a session on mathematics speed test session number 1. In this session we are going to take different varieties of question, typical problems that are generally asked in the CAT examination. It's a jumble type in which we take all type of topics of mathematics like arithmetic, algebra, geometry and number system. Very important for the students who are preparing for MBA entrance examination like CAT, XAT, IIFT, E-Litmus for government jobs, for private companies jobs, as well as for the SSC students. Let us start with the session. For more videos you may log in to our website www.dineshmiglani.com or subscribe our YouTube channel Dinesh Miglani Tutorials. Let us start with the session. The first question here is the ratio of selling price of two articles A and B is 2:3, right? If the percentage profit realized on selling the article A and B are 25% and 20%, right? देखो here profit is 25% and here profit is 20%. So we have to find the ratio of the cost price. So we know that selling price is 2. Cost would be 100 upon 125, right? And here it is 3. The cost would be 100 upon 120. Okay, we have to take the ratio. This is going to be cancelled out, right? What I can say, 3 will go on 40, 5 will go on 25 and 5 will go on 8. Practically it is 16:25, because when I cross multiply that is 16:25. Hence I can say D is my answer. The answer is said to be D. The ratio of the cost of A to B is said to be 16:25. That becomes your answer. Next one is find the radius of the circle inscribed in a triangle. It means we have to find in radius. Okay, and you know that in radius formula is R into S equal to area of the triangle. Okay, so first of all we have to find the area. Let us find the semi-perimeter S, add all of them. 42 plus 58, that is 100 plus 40, 140. So 140 by 2, semi-perimeter is 70. Now area of the triangle we can find with the help of the Hero's formula. That is S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C, right? So this is area of the triangle and this is equal to semi-perimeter S 70 into R, right? For finding R we just make the square of this, right? Or just try to solve this. What you can say, 70 and 100, so 10 could be taken outside as common. Okay, so inside you are being left with here 7 into 3. This 28 is taken as 7 into 4 and 12 is taken as 4 into 3, right? Now 1 7 can be taken outside, so this would be 10 into 7, 1 3 and 1 4, and this is equal to 70 into R. Now this is cancelled out. So what is the in radius? In radius is 12 centimeter. The answer to my question is said to be B. In radius is equal to 12 centimeter. That becomes your answer. Next is PQRST are 5 boys who are asked to come one at a time and make a presentation. In how many ways is it possible that P makes his presentation before Q and Q before R, right? It's a specific question of permutation and combination. If you have watched my session of permutation and combination of this type, I have explained there very simple pattern. 5 persons, 5 boys are there, total ways are 5 factorial, right? If two such conditions are there, means P speaks before Q and Q speaks before R, right? So for that we have to divide this by 3 factorial. Means if only single condition is there, P speaks before Q, then divide by 2 factorial. Here 2 conditions are there, divide by 3 factorial. So this is 5 into 4. The answer is equal to 20. So 20 becomes your answer. Here we can say that B is my answer, that is equal to 20. It's a very important question. Again I am telling you the concept, what you are expected to do in these type of questions. If only one condition is there, suppose in this question if I say 5 persons are there and condition is P speaks before Q. If only one condition is there, then your answer is 5 factorial by 2 factorial, that becomes your answer. But here two conditions are there, it means you have to divide this by 3 factorial. The answer should be 5 factorial by 3 factorial. Next one is find the remainder when 3 raised to power 252 divided by 11, right? Now when we observe that 3 raised to power 252 by 11, okay, so what we can say here, this question can be done by two ways. One, we may apply that Fermat's theorem. How we know that a raised to power n types of p minus 1 divided by p, right? Where p is a prime number, in that case remainder is always equal to 1, right? So here when I observe that 3 raised to power, here 11 is a prime number, just take the multiple of 11 in that, so 11 to 22, 32, right? So I can say that is 11 to 22, then 32 to 11 to 22, right? So I can say that it would be taken as sorry, it is 10, so I have to make for 10. So it should be 3 raised to power 25 into 10 into 3 raised to power 2, right? This is p and this is p minus 1. So from here remainder is 1. So it should be 1 into 9. Final remainder is equal to 9, right? Hence you can say C is your answer. Your remainder is equal to 9. Okay, so in this question remainder is said to be 9. For more understanding of this concept, you may watch my videos on remainder theorem that I have uploaded on my YouTube channel Dinesh Miglani Tutorials. तो आप YouTube के ऊपर just ask for remainder theorem by Dinesh Miglani, so you will find that video. In that I have explained this concept with elaboration. Next one is the sum of first 100 terms of arithmetic progression we have to find out. If 23rd term and 78th term is given, so we know that 23rd term is a plus 22d, this is given to us, and 78th term is a plus 77d, right? Now we know that S100 is equal to n by 2, inside should be 2a plus n minus 1 into d, so that is 99d. Okay, so when I add both of them, so I will get the same result. It means my answer should be 100 by 2, inside it should be 7. I may take it as like because I have to add both, so this is 711 by 91 plus 280 by 91. Okay, now add 7 plus 2, that is 9, and if I add 11 by 91 and 80 by 91, that would be 1, right? So 7 to 9, 110, so it should be 100 into 10 divided by 2, because it should be n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So I have just mentioned it as 100 by 2, that is equal to n by 2. Inside it should be 2a plus n minus 1 into d, to add both. So that would be 7 plus 2, 9. And when I add both of them, that would be 1, right? So 10. It should be 1000 by 2. The answer should be 500. I hope there is some mistake in the question. Sorry, I am committing a mistake. It's 12, right? It's 12. Then it should be 19 and 220. So it should be 20. So in that case, answer should be 1000, right? Sometime a little mistake may just result in ending your answer. The answer to your question is said to be 1000. Next one is find the value of m for which the roots of the quadratic equation are reciprocal to each other. We know that when roots are reciprocal to each other, in that case product of the roots is always equal to 1, right? The product of the roots is c upon a, so you may say it as 2m plus 3 divided by 11, this is equal to 1. So I can say 2m plus 3 equal to 11, so 2m equal to 8 or m equal to 4, right? The answer to your question is said to be B. Since roots are reciprocal to each other, so that would be only possible when m is equal to 4, right? So that becomes your answer. Next question is, in the figure given below, triangle ABD is a equilateral triangle. Let us say ABD is an equilateral triangle. This is 60, this is 60 and this is 60. One thing you can say, this is 60, this is 60 and this is 60. Now C is any point on BC on the BD such that AD equal to DC. This side length is equal to this. Now what I can say, if this is 60, this must be 120, right? Since these two sides are equal, it means sum of these angles must be 60 and they are equal, to this is 30 and this is 30, right? Now the question is, what is true regarding triangle ABC? A, B and C. So one angle is 60, one angle is 90 and one angle is 30. So it is a right angle triangle. So hence answer to my question is C. Triangle ABC is a right angle triangle. Each student in a class of 120 students plays at least one of the three sports: football, cricket and basketball. Number of students playing football, cricket and basketball are 70, 90 and 80. The number of the students who played exactly one sport was 1/3 of those who played at least two sports, right? Exactly one sport and 1/3 of those who played at least two sports. It means when I say at least two sports is X, it means who play exactly one sport would be X by 3. So it should be 4X by 3. So one thing I can say, total student must be 4X by 3 according to the question, right? Now if 15 students played only football, so we have to answer how many students played only cricket and basketball. So according to the question, I can say that 4X by 3 is equal to 120. 3 will go on 40. So X is equal to 10. Sorry, it has 3. So 30, that is X equal to 90. X equal to 90. It means I can say that number of students who played exactly one game is 1/3 of the one game is 1/3 of this. So it should be 30. मीन्स जो एग्जैक्टली वन गेम खेल रहे हैं वो कितने हैं, 30 हैं. और 15 अगर फुटबॉल खेलते हैं तो क्रिकेट प्लेड ओनली क्रिकेट एंड बास्केटबॉल. तो वी हैव टू कमेंट ऑन द नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट हु प्लेड ओनली क्रिकेट एंड बास्केटबॉल. नाउ वी कैन जस्ट मेक इन दिस वे. लेट अस से दिस स्ट्रक्चर इज गिवन. नाउ वी हैव गॉट नंबर ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशंस. लेट अस से दिस इज फुटबॉल, cricket and basketball. Football is 70, cricket is 90 and basketball is 80, right? And 15 played only football. So this number is 15 that is given to us, and 30 played 1/3 of the at least two sports. ठीक है, तो here I can say 30 is the sum of this and this is equal to 30, right? And 15, and what I have to answer, only cricket and basketball. My question is only cricket and basketball. This thing we have to find out, right? So this result we have to find out. Now I can say that since X is 90, X means at least 2. So sum of this and this sum is 90, right? Since total is 70 and this is 15, it means sum of these three would be 70 minus 15, that is equal to 55. Okay, now these three sum is 55 and these four sum is 90. It means this portion should be 90 minus 55. The answer to my question is 35. That becomes my answer. So I can say number of students who play only cricket and basketball will be 35. If under compound interest a certain sum becomes 8 times itself in 27 years, right? 8 times itself in 27 years. How many more years will it become 16 times, right? So देखो, what we can say, let us just make a brief understanding. P into 1 plus R upon 100 raised to power 27, this is equal to 8p. P is cancelled out, right? So I may say this is 2 raised to power 3. I may take to be 2 raised to power 3. Now what I require for making it 16 times, I require 2 raised to power 4. It means I have to multiply it by 4 by 3. So here it should be 4 by 3. So it means 27 into 4 by 3. 3 will go 9. This is 36. Means total time required for this is 36 years, right? But I have to find out how many more years. More years means 27 years we have already, and this is 36. So how many more years are required? 9 more years are required. So hence I can say answer to my question is said to be 9 years. That becomes my answer. The ratio of curved surface area of two cylinder A and B is 2:3, right? And the ratio of their volumes is 4:5. So we have to find ratio of their height. Okay. So one thing we know that ratio of their volume is pi r square h, and curved surface area is 2 pi r h. So according to the question what is given to us, if we have to find ratio of their heights, it means we have to simply divide by their we have to divide volumes by curved surface area, make it as 4/3 is to 4/2 is to 5/3, right? 2. So that is it would be taken as 6:5. Just check out where we have made a mistake. It is 4, ratio of the volume 4:5, and ratio of the curved surface area is 2:3. So we have made 4/2 and 5/3, right? So here ratio of their height must be 6:5. That is right. If it's not in the option, I hope there should be one more option. So it should be 6:5. There is a mistake here. Answer must be 6:5. Starting simultaneously from the same points on a circular track, two runner A and B will meet for the first time after 24 seconds, right? And when they are traveling in the same direction, they meet after 8 seconds. If they are traveling in opposite direction, the speed of the faster runner is how many times of the speed of the slower runner? Let us say the distance is d. When their direction is opposite, let us say that is x plus y, the time taken is equal to 8. When it is same, d divided by x minus y, this is equal to 24. So you have to solve it, cancel out. Let us make it as x minus y by x plus y equal to 1/3. So this gives me 3x minus 3y equal to x plus y, or you may say 2x equal to 4y, right? Or x upon y is equal to 2:1. So this is our question. Speed of the faster runner is how many times the speed of the slow runner? The answer is said to be 2:1. Hence A is my answer. The answer is said to be 2:1, right? Next one is, in a triangle ABC, DE are the points chosen on one side of AB and AC. Let us make a triangle. This triangle is made at ABC, right? AD, D and B are, we have taken D and E are 2 points on AB and AC. So D and E, 2 points are there on AD and AC. It is given that AD is to DB 2:3, AE is to EC 1:3. Question is, find the area of the triangle ABC to the quadrilateral DECB. Okay, that area we have to find out. Now what I can say, if I just take the area of ADE with ABC, the area of the ADC would be taken as, let us say this is 2 and the total would be 5. According to that, this is 1, total would be 4. The area of the triangle ADE is taken as half into product of the sides. So 5 into 4 into sine of angle between them, that is sine A. Make it as 5x and 4y. It is no one problem. Similarly, whole triangle ABC. So here you can say half into, sorry, we have taken AD, that 2 into 1. It should be 2 and it should be 1. Here it is 5 into 4 into sine A. This is cancelled out. So this is 2/20 or 1/10, right? Means if this is 1, total would be 10, right? So in that case this will be 9. Now the question is, find the area of the triangle ABC if quadrilateral is 153. So according to the question, 9 is given equal to 153. So 1 will be equal to 17. We have to find the whole triangle, that is 10. So 10 is 170. The answer to my question is said to be B. The area of the whole triangle is said to be 170. That becomes your answer. In a 5-digit number, the twice the sum of the 1000 digit and tens digit is equal to sum of all the digits, right? So let us say number A, B, C, D, E. Okay. Twice the sum of the 1000 digit and tens digit. This is the 1000 digits, unit, tens, hundred and thousand. So B plus D, tens and thousand, twice of this is equal to sum of all the digits. Let us say A plus B plus C plus D plus E, right? So here what we can say 2B 2D. So you may say A plus C plus E minus B minus D equal to 0, right? So that is possible when number is divisible by 11. So hence I can say B is my answer, since this is the condition for number to be divisible by 11. In this question, it is given that in the figure AB is to AC 3:5. AB is to AC, that is 3:5. AE is the bisector of angle ABC. AE is, this is the angle bisector. It means this ratio is also said to be 3:5. Angle bisector, since we know that AB by AC equal to BE by EC, so this BE is to EC, we can say that is also in the ratio of 3:5. Now AD is the median to the side BC. AD is the median, it means total is 8. It means according to that this must be 4 and this must be 4, since D is the midpoint. Question is, then area of the triangle ABC is how many times area of the triangle AED? It means that must be 1, ED must be 1. So ABC total is 8, height is same. So 8 times is, since base is 8 times, since we can say in the triangle ABC, base of the triangle ABC, that is BC, is 8 times of ED. So it means if heights are same, so area will be in the same ratio of the base. So hence answer to my question is said to be A, that is 8 times. Fx is given to you, x square minus 4x plus p has real and distinct roots, both of which lie between 1 and 3. Both roots lies between 1 and 3. So we have to describe the range for p. देखो एक बात clear है, when both roots lies between 1 and 3, right? So we have to find the range for p. Now just try to understand. Suppose x square, it should be in this way. Both root lies between 1 and 3, right? So one thing I can say, their maximum, if both are in this way, right? So we can say that. So one thing, since roots are real, so we know that D is more than equal to 0 and distinct D is more than 0. So B square minus 4AC is more than 0. So I can say 16 is more than 4P, right? P has to be less than 4. So one result we have, P is less than 4. Okay. Second thing, when I observe this, f of A, f of 1 into f of 3, this must be positive. So let us say f of 1, this is 1 minus 4 plus P, into f of 3, 9 minus 12 plus P. That should be positive. So we can say minus 3 plus P, one thing, and that is minus 3 plus P. It is more than 0. So that will always be more than 0. So here, so from there we are not getting any condition. One more thing we can say, if both lies between 1 and 3, so we can say that because I have to find for P, then product of the roots, it must lies between 9 to 1. Since both lies between 1 to 3, so the multiplication of the root lies between 1 to 9. So product is C upon A. C upon A means that is P. P lies between 9 to 1, right? And here P lies between, P is has to be less than 4, right? So one more case we have got. Since here also we can say that A into f of A is positive, it means P should be more than 3. So answer should be C. It lies between 3 to 4. Next one is, this is the association, we have to find which one is true. So what we can say, squaring both sides, so that gives you x raised to power 4, y raised to power 4 plus 2x square y square. This is taken as 196 x square y square, right? So here we can say x raised to power 4, y raised to power 4 equal to 194 x square y square. Now this value can be replaced here. So this is 194 x square y square. It is 192 x square y square. 192 is cancelled out. So finally you are being left with log of x square y square. Right. Now 2 would be outside. So this is twice of log xy. And log xy is taken as log x plus log y. Hence I can say C is my answer. So that becomes your answer, twice of log x plus log y. In the figure below, ABCD is a square. E and F are the midpoints of this. So what is the fraction of the shaded portion? Right. These are the these E and F are the midpoints. Right. So what I can say, let us say the side is 4. So total is 4. This would be 2. That we can say. Now it's a rectangle. This is 4 and this is 2. Okay. So what I can say, according to this, if area of the rectangle is said to be 8, if the area of the rectangle is said to be 8, so according to that, what will be the area of this? So that would be, since it is dividing this into if that is 8, so what we can say, so that will be, if I take that, it will be 4, that would be 2. So this is also 2. So area of this shaded portion is 4 and total area is 16. So that is 1:4. So answer is said to be 1:4. Area of the shaded portion with the total square is 1:4. A varies jointly with C and D. C varies inversely with B square. Right. Similarly, D varies inversely with 1 upon B cube. If I say D varies inversely with 1 upon B cube, so that is said to be B cube. The question is, A varies directly with C and D. So it means A would be taken as C into D, 1 upon B square into B cube, so that is B. The answer to my question is said to be A. So A is directly varies with B. If the amount at the end of the 10 years on a certain sum of interest rate compounded annually is 44% more than at the end of the 8 years. So 2 years mein what is the difference? 44%. So that is only possible when rate is equal to 20%. Since compound interest is there, so 1.2 raised to power 2 1.44, so rate is 20%. The question is, by what percent will the compound interest for the 6th year be less than that of 7th year? Let us say compound interest in 6th year is 100. In the 7th year it will be 120, because in 2 consecutive years compound interest always increases by R%. So this is how much percentage less than this? So 20 divided by 120 into 100. So you may take it as 1 by 6, that is 16.66%. Hence we can say B is our answer. So that is 16 2 by 3%. From the 4 corners of a square sheet of side 4√2, 4 right angle triangles are cut. We have to find the octagon. Now just try to understand. Let us say one square is there. One octagon is cut in this way. One right angle triangle is cut isosceles. This octagon is there. So suppose if I say side of the octagon is A, this must be A. So this is 45 and this is 45. So this must be A upon root 2. This is A upon root 2. This is A. So this is A upon root 2. Hence I can say A plus A upon root 2 plus A upon root 2. This is equal to square side 4 root 2. So A plus A root 2 equal to 4 root 2. So from here I can say A is taken as 4 root 2 divided by 1 plus root 2. Right. Since I have to find perimeter of the octagon, to multiply this by 8. Now just simplify this. Multiply by root 2 minus 1 by root 2 minus 1. This is 1. So numerator should be 32 into root 2 into root 2 minus 1. Right. So multiply inside by root 2. So 2 minus root 2. So 32 into 2 minus root 2. Hence we can say C is our answer, 32 into 2 minus root 2. So I have also explained this question in my session of geometry. So there you will find the concept of octagon. There we have taken other parts of this session also. Last one is the cost of painting the wall of a cuboidal room is 15 and 12th, where length is 15th and breadth is 12 and cost is 25 square feet is 10,800. It means total, so how many square feet is there divided by 25, right? We have to find the height. So we know that twice of L plus B into H, so 27 into H equal to this, so 27 400, 2 will go on 20, 200, so height is equal to 8. So here we can say that height of the room is equal to 8 feet. That becomes your answer. So this is end to our session, in which we have discussed number of questions on arithmetics, geometry, as well as mensuration and number system, algebra. This is a speed test for the CAT practice session number 1. For more videos, you may subscribe our YouTube channel Dinesh Miglani Tutorials. There we have uploaded number of videos on mathematics, reasoning and English for all type of CAT, MBA entrance examination, as well as SSC and IBPS examination. We expect from you to share our videos on your Facebook wall so that your friends will also be benefited by this. Thank you very much.